Salute, salute, salute to everyone. This is your boy King Jr. Got some more boxing news for y'all. According to a boxing source that I watch, they're saying that Canelo Alvarez could be potentially fighting a guy named Badou Jack. If you guys don't know who Badou Jack is, Badou Jack has a stellar resume fighting some stellar opponents. And Badou Jack fought Jean Pascal. He lost. He lost to Demarcus Brown. He lost to Adonis Stevens. I'm not Demarcus. Marcus Brown. Then he lost to Adonis Stevens. And then he lost to Derek Edwards. And Marcus Brown has fought some stellar dudes at his weight class. And so now, according to the source I watched, they're saying that Canelo Alvarez could be potentially fighting Badou Jack at his division. And I find it kind of crazy because Canelo Alvarez doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to go to a whole different weight class to prove that he's great. Canelo Alvarez is already great. So people are now going to say now that Canelo Alvarez is basically ducking David Benavidez, which I'm going to break this down a little bit more for you guys. This move for his team and him, this looks like a strategic duck, because you're going up to a weight class where first you went up to light heavyweight to fight Dimitri Bivol, who was just a skilled masterclass boxer, who was big, who just knew how to box, and you lost. And so his fans want to make the excuse. But I actually gave Canelo Alvarez credit for fighting Dimitri Bivol, because Dimitri Bivol is that guy. He's the top guy at the light heavyweight divisions alongside Arthur Beterbiev. So I give him that credit for going up there. Even if he didn't win, I still gave him credit for fighting Dimitri Bivol and giving him a fight. Even though it was a one-sided fight, Canelo Alvarez went up there and fought him. So with that being said, with this Benavidez situation, we heard a couple weeks ago that, actually a few days ago, a week ago, that David Benavidez promoter Samson Linkowicz went to the WBC, and he actually wanted to petition for David Benavidez to be the mandatory to fight Canelo Alvarez at 168 for those undisputed titles. So now it puts Canelo Alvarez in a situation where people are gonna say he's ducking David Benavidez, because you're basically going up to a cruiserweight weight class to fight Badou Jack, who already has a couple losses and has been knocked out before, who has fought at 68, who has fought at 75, and now you're going up to a weight class to fight a bigger guy after you just lost to Dimitri Bivol to fight a bigger guy. That doesn't make any sense on my part. I feel like that you can beat David Benavidez because styles make fights. David Benavidez is a very stationary fighter. He's very flat-footed. He does not have the greatest footwork in the world. He keeps his head on alive. Canelo Alvarez been very well from the hips. So even if David Benavidez throws all those fast, crazy-ass punches, Canelo Alvarez will slip all those punches, because Canelo Alvarez has very good timing as well. And I feel that Canelo Alvarez can beat David Benavidez. But I don't understand what is the move here to go up to a cruiserweight weight class to fight Badou Jack, who is a natural 200-pounder, who's not a natural 68, not a natural 175 guy anymore. And if you guys haven't known, they have moved the cruiserweight limit to 200-something pounds. It's not 190 anymore. So according to another report, I'm hearing reports and fans saying he's daring to be great. Well, this is not daring to be great if you're going up to another weight class, and you just said that Bivol was just too big for you. He was too big. Well, he didn't say that himself. His fans say he's just too big. He's just too big. So now I don't want to hear from his fake fans that Badou Jack is too big if he gets beat by Badou Jack, because I think Badou Jack might beat Canelo Alvarez because of the size difference. Badou Jack, I think, is like 6'2", with some long arms as well, 72, 73-inch arm reach. So Badou Jack is a pretty big guy, but he's 200 pounds. But here is the catchy part as well. And so now you're going to fight Badou Jack, but at the same time, according to a report, that he's going to fight Badou Jack at a catch weight between like the 180 range, I'm going to say like 186, 187 range. So you're going to basically drag Badou Jack down, who's clearly a natural 200-pounder, because of the limit for cruiserweight is 200 pounds. and you're going to drag him down to 20 to 23, 24, 20, 25 pounds. That's not a fair advantage for Badou Jack. So you have to fight him, Canelo Alvarez, at his weight, because that would be a big disadvantage. Well, a lot of people say, well, Badou Jack is already big in size. But even though Badou Jack is naturally big, he's not going to be used at fighting at no underweight because he's a natural 200 pounder. He's transitioned from the light heavyweight to cruiserweight because he's that's his weight class now. But now this is where it's going to get really tricky. So if you go from 168 all the way up to cruiserweight, that would mean that you will have, well, basically you will have to fight for the WBC belt at cruiserweight then, because I think it's up for grabs if Canelo fights Badou Jack. So that means that you will have to vacate your 168 pounds to go up to cruiserweight to fight Badou Jack's belt. So then it gives a scenario where it looks like you're ducking on that part. Not saying he's ducking in general, not saying he out of his mouth he's ducking. Well, the first signs was that he said it was not about the money. So, okay, so it's not about the money. So what is it? What is it about? So do you want to fight this guy Benavidez or not? Just say it rightfully so. We already heard you say you're not going to fight any Mexican fighters. I can respect that because you said it. So that means that you're not ducking because you say you don't want to fight Mexican fighters. But a lot of diehard boxing fans is seeing this as a duck. So if you go up to 168, if you go from 168 to all the way to 200 pounds, and then you make Badou Jack drop down from 186 to 185, that looks like a strategic duck move because you're clearly basically making a whole new division where you get to fight for his belt at cruiserweight, but it's not at cruiserweight. It's not at the cruiserweight range. It's in the past cruiserweight range, the 190 and the 180 range, but that's not cruiserweight. That's a completely different weight class. Cruiserweight is 200 pounds. That's the limit now. I believe so. That's the limit. It's not 190. So that looks like a strategic duck. So Canelo Alvarez, I don't know what's the plan here. This is not a smart route to take. People are going to definitely look at this as a duck because you turn down the 50 million, say it's not about the money. We know that Bivol wanted to fight you at the weight class, but according to what the team want, they want all these crazy accusations and stuff like that. So Bivol said he was just out. So now Canelo Alvarez, not real fans, want to make up the scenario where Bivol is ducking Canelo. Well, Bivol clearly said in a report on Boxing News 24 that he's not going to fight Canelo because they're making all these crazy stipulations for the rematch. And it's not going to probably even be, well, I think it was going to be at 68, but they were trying to force it back at 75 because Bivol stated that he wanted to fight Canelo at 68 for those undisputed titles. But the fight never came to fruition. So basically, people, this seems to me to be a strategic duck move on Canelo Alvarez and his team. I don't think this is the right move for Canelo Alvarez. I truly believe he can beat Benavidez. But if this is the route that Canelo Alvarez wants to go, at the end of the day, people, I don't know what he's doing. At the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez, like he said. People in his fans say he could do whatever he wants. Well, if he could do whatever he wants, there's just nothing we can do about it. All we could do is just talk about it. And hopefully he and his team come to the right mind that they're going to give us the big fights we want someday. I don't know, guys. You know, I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan, but this is kind of disappointing on me at the same time. But who knows what goes on to the sport of boxing. This just doesn't look like the right move for Canelo Alvarez. And people's going to call it as a strategic duck at the end of the day. With that being said, guys, it is what it is at the end of the day. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way in, on your way out. This is your boy, King Jr. We will be back with some more boxing news. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.